There is one thing you can do after a fight that will completely liberate you and free you from all the awkwardness and discomfort that comes along with having an argument or a fight. There are all different types of relationships. Arguments and fights do happen. Now, there is a difference between what I would call a sensible fight and a non-sensible fight, but both may happen no matter what and no matter how healthy that relationship may be. It's just a natural consequence of being a human being, different moods, different behaviors, different circumstances, and then sometimes the way we act may be deemed sensible or insensible. The biggest thing is that when these things do happen, it's not about focusing on what has happened. So the fight, the argument, the actual thing. It's about what are you going to do afterwards? How are you going to move forward? How are you going to repair this so that you can still have a healthy, trusted, awesome relationship with whoever it is that you've argued or fought with? The advice that I'm about to give is based on years of different circumstances and experiences, and also comes from my communication expertise. This advice is for any form of relationship. So it could be for a couple, it could be for partners, it could be for family members, it could be for friends, and it could be for colleagues. And it's also for relationships that know, and everyone knows within that relationship, that they are in a solid relationship. So this advice is not for people that are in a situation where they might be feeling like their relationship could potentially be over and they're not sure if it is. By all means, you can use this one simple thing that I'm going to share with you, but it is mostly for those types of situations and relationships where I know this is solid, so what's the point in dragging this out? After any fight or argument, there is typically always a period of silence. Haven't you noticed this? This is the part that drives me the most crazy, by the way, because I'm a communicator. I want to fix things right away. I want to talk things through right away. I do admit that that's not always a wise decision either, though, because sometimes you need that silence and you need that separation to reflect on what has happened, on what you have said, on what the other person has said, and then you can come back with a clearer mind and a greater willingness to talk things out. Rarely, though, will a fight get repaired right on the spot. This will typically happen in maybe a smaller argument or fight where one person immediately says, "Whoa, I'm so sorry. I should not have said that. I take that back. I'm really sorry. Let's talk this out for a second," and then you move on. So that's a different scenario. But typically there is always a period of silence if there's going to be any kind of significant argument or fight that has taken place. This one simple thing that I am about to tell you is liberating, and I hope you will see it that way too. It will set you free. It will allow you to move forward. In order to get to this one super simple step and action that I'm going to share with you, you must be willing to release your own personal stubbornness. And yes, we all have an element of stubbornness within us. I believe that. And number two, you have to be willing to let go of your ego. So you must be willing to release, number one, your stubbornness, and number two, your ego. We all know we have that too. Before you can do this one simple thing after an argument or a fight, you need to be able to let go. You have to come to terms with the fact that it's time to let go. You have to give up the win. You have to see that this is not about winning. And there is an opportunity here for you to be the bigger person and to feel good about your actions. The one thing that you can do after an argument or a fight is simply this: reach out. That's it. Let's walk through a couple of scenarios now. Reaching out to your partner. If it is your partner, you're living in the same house perhaps, the same home, the same condo, the same cottage, wherever you are, walk into their room. Visit them while they're working. Visit them while they're reading a book. When you're in the bathroom together at night before bed, say something, walk over to them, give them a hug. Make a gesture that shows that you are ready to talk things out and take a step forward. You can reach out in whatever way that you are most comfortable. When it is with a partner, it might be in a more intimate way. And it usually will involve a face-to-face interaction, especially if you're already living together. Even if you're not living together, you could show up at your partner's place, or you could send them a message by phone, or you could send them a gift even. A little bit old-fashioned, but might still work. Second scenario, family member. Best way to reach out to a family member is probably just to pick up the phone. Try to avoid texting. I've actually been in situations in the past where I've thought that a text was maybe the best way to communicate something. It's not. It never is. You need to pick up the phone. You have to actually speak live. So whether it's phone, FaceTime, having a coffee together in person, talk it out, communicate live. If it's a friend, same thing. Phone call, not a text, phone call. Or if you are going to text, maybe it's just, hey, wondering if I can call you, let me know a good time today when we can chat. So again, promoting that live communication and dialogue as opposed to simply messaging. Definitely don't go through social media. Definitely don't do these flaky kinds of gestures. Like, show that you are genuine, show that you are real, show that you are putting in the effort. Colleague. If it's with a colleague at work, if you do share the same office and you guys are going into the same office together, go to their office and go to their desk and talk to them about it. Or ask them if you can have lunch together that day. Or promote a coffee for a minute or two to talk things out. If you guys are not in the same office or you don't work together live and it's more of a virtual situation, call them on the phone, set up a video chat, something where you can talk things out and show that you care and show that you're ready to move forward. Bottom line, this gesture, this one thing that I'm recommending that you do after a fight or an argument is all about making the first move. It's human nature that after a fight or an argument, we go into this competitive, protect myself kind of a situation. Mentally, we want to protect our ego, protect our sense of self, protect our point, protect our complete rights when it comes to whatever topic it was that you were arguing about. It's very easy to get trapped in the idea that if I reach out first, that means I lost. That means I'm giving up my position. That means I am letting them know that they were right and that everything they said and did in that argument was okay with me. No, that's not the case. Making the first move doesn't show that at all. Making the first move only shows that you care and that you want to talk things out and take the next step forward. Making that first move means you are cutting the silence. Be the one to put in the first step of effort. This opens the doors to productive conversation to resolve the issue faster. After any fight or argument, ask yourself a few important questions. How long am I willing to let this silence go on for? How important is this topic to me that I need to carry this on? How much do I believe that I was right, or that my ego is so important, or me winning is so important to carry this on and on? And most importantly, how long am I willing to live in this awkwardness, discomfort, silence, and damaging situation that's probably causing a lot of stress on you as well? Think about a time when someone did this with you. You had a fight or an argument, and that other person came to you first. Remember how good it felt for the person to come to you. Remember how it showed you that they cared. And remember that you felt seen and respected as an individual. You still resolve everything together. It still takes two people to put in the effort and to have a conversation and to talk things out. But now you have the opportunity to go to that other person and show them that you care. Show them that you have the ability to be the bigger person. Show them that you want to end the awkwardness and move forward together. By being that person who makes this first simple step by simply reaching out, this promotes healthy communication together. It will start the conversation. And it will make you feel good about the fact that you took that first step of resolution. The best part is, in the unlikely event that everything still goes sour and ends in disaster, meaning the person doesn't care that you came to them and doesn't want to talk, or says something even more rude and disrespectful, or completely turns the tables around, whatever may happen after you make that first step and you reach out, just know that you did that, and you know you made the effort, and you know that you were the bigger person. You made a valiant move, and you have peace of mind now knowing this. The rest is up to them and up to you to talk it out, but they also have to be willing in that moment. Arguments and fights are inevitable in any relationship, especially a close relationship. Ask yourself key questions after that fight or argument about how much you care about winning that fight. It's not about winning. It's about moving forward in a productive way, particularly if you know that this relationship is one that's going to last, that you know this relationship is actually solid at its foundation and core. Why drag it on? Why drag that fight or argument on? You have the ability and the power to make one simple, liberating step to resolve that argument, and that is reach out. Make that first move. Show that person that you care. Call them, walk up to them, make that first gesture to begin the conversation, to have an open dialogue about resolving the issue. If you like this video, please join me in my next video. It's coming right up after this, and I will see you there.